Mr. Sun looked like a living sun, round and glowing. His orange rays seemed drawn, yet they truly gave warmth. His yellow skin shimmered with gold, as if forged from pure light. His eyes were large and simple, full of calm joy. He enjoyed painting patterns on the ground with his light. He was like a child's toy, bright and kind. But in his eternal grin, there was a shadow far too wide. His glow dimmed, becoming a sickly yellow, more like smoke than light. Inside his round face, a strange dark silhouette appeared, gnawing at his own form. It looked as if something was trying to crawl out of him. The wide smile no longer felt friendly, it split too far, like a crack in the sky. His rays flickered, glowing and fading as if they were breathing. He began to hum low, broken tones, almost like a funeral song. The warmth around him now carried a chill. The once smiling orb had become an eye that never closed. Its surface stretched with veins of black, spreading like cracks in glass. When people looked at him, they felt their memories slipping away. He amused himself by replaying those memories inside his glowing pupil. The sky dimmed whenever he laughed, though the laugh sounded hollow. Each ray around him twitched, as if trying to pierce the horizon. Now, daylight itself felt like a trap, and he was the jailer. The smile returned, but it stretched beneath 3 unblinking eyes. It was a smile that did not comfort, but promised hunger. The eyes rolled in unison, watching everything and nothing. He played games with mirrors, bending his face into shapes that should not exist. Sometimes, the mirrors broke on their own, unable to hold his reflection. Every shatter echoed with laughter, too human to belong to him. The sky dimmed not from clouds, but from his growing obsession. The rays were gone, swallowed by the blackness that consumed him. One enormous eye glimmered in the void, unblinking and eternal. It followed every movement like a predator in absolute silence. His new obsession was to harvest fears, shaping them into invisible chains. People whispered that the air felt heavier when he watched. The darkness around him grew, stretching like a storm across the sky. He was no longer the sun, but the shadow that erased it. His rays stretched like claws of smoke, writhing and twisting endlessly. The body within was invisible, hidden in a pit of shadows. When he moved, it was not light that followed, but spreading stains of black. He enjoyed sculpting faces from darkness, faces that screamed without sound. The more fear he sensed, the more figures appeared at his side. They were puppets of shadow, born only to serve his hunger. The horizon shivered, as if the world itself resisted his weight. The round sun was gone. In its place stood an eye carved into darkness. It watched with surgical precision, dissecting every flicker of movement. The star-shaped body stretched and shifted, whispering with unseen mouths. He collected living dreams, draining their colors until nothing remained. At dawn, only pale husks woke, trembling under his shadow. His laughter rang cold, without warmth or mercy. The sky itself seemed chained beneath his stare. His body was gone, replaced by an endless orb of watching. The eye gleamed with metallic gray light, sharp enough to cut through thought. Around it, countless shadow spines moved like hungry insects. He began to feed on the thin veil between night and day. Victims claimed they felt themselves falling whenever they closed their eyes. His stare followed them even in mirrors, refusing to let go. The horizon no longer marked time, it marked his cage. The once singular sun had multiplied into a hive of sight. His red form burned like fire, but it gave no warmth. The main eye followed the living, while the outer eyes scanned their dreams. He played a cruel game showing people visions of their own deaths. Those visions grew stronger the longer they looked into him. Every blink created a ripple, bending reality into broken shapes. The sun had become an architect of madness. The once smooth sphere of Mr. Sun had become corroded and diseased. Red lightning-like veins spread outward from the giant eye in the center. His stare burned, leaving afterimages carved into the minds of his victims. He enjoyed peeling fragments of himself away, forming eyes that slithered on their own. Each fragment carried his hunger, screaming silently as it searched for flesh. Those who stepped near were swarmed by his children of sight. The sky bled, and the earth echoed with crawling eyes. The bright orb was gone, only a bleeding eye remained. Its sclera was torn and scarred, black veins spreading like roots. It stared endlessly, never blinking, never resting. He grew stronger by stealing the energy of those who met his gaze. The more they looked, the faster their bodies collapsed into shadows. His rays glistened with blood, swaying like tentacles in hunger. The sky no longer carried light, it carried his hunger. The cracked shell of Mr. Sun split wider, revealing rows of teeth. His single eye blazed, watching and feeding at the same time. The mouth around it gnashed hungrily, dripping with black saliva. He enjoyed dragging souls inward, chewing them slowly like fragile glass. Each victim became part of the fire burning inside his eye. His rays no longer shone, they were claws tearing the sky. The day itself was swallowed whole. His form was no longer solid, only a bleeding eye surrounded by jagged black rays. Each vein writhed, crawling across his surface like worms. His presence alone twisted reality, filling the air with screams no one made. He enjoyed weaving hallucinations, painting skies with false shapes. The ground cracked under the weight of visions that weren't real. The world burned red through his gaze, as if dipped in blood. The day itself was poisoned by his illusions. The darkness of Mr. Sun condensed into a single perfect sphere. A crimson pupil slid open, watching with predatory calm. His jagged rays pulsed slowly, like claws reaching through reality. He played a cruel game, replacing memories with lies of his own. Soon, the living could no longer tell dream from truth. Their sanity dissolved, leaving them as hollow extensions of his gaze. The sky itself bowed to his command. His form was hollow now, an abyss painted in gray and crimson. A single black speck floated where his pupil had been. The emptiness itself seemed alive, pulling reality into itself. He began birthing false versions of people, molded from shadow. They looked identical, but inside, they carried his whispers. Soon, no one knew who was real and who was a phantom. The sun had turned the world into a theater of illusions. The transformation was complete, an eye, a maw, and a crown of bloodied spikes. His gaze burned cold, but his teeth promised agony. The air around him tasted of iron, heavy with despair. He began to hunt openly, dragging victims into his black sphere. Their bodies collapsed, drained and chewed until nothing remained. His laughter was sharp, like knives scraping against bone. The day itself screamed under his reign. The burning fire was gone, only cold emptiness remained. His eye was a void, drawing reality inward with no return. The rays surrounding him stiffened like black blades frozen in time. He began to erase memories from those who looked his way. Soon, entire histories unraveled, leaving nothing but blank silence. Even the shadows dared not move in his presence. The sun had become the end of all stories. Phase 1. Everything feels peaceful today. Mr. Sun glows brightly in the sky, and Clukr watches over the ground like a silver sentinel. They seem oddly matched, but it works, one blazing, one steady. Their presence makes the world feel safe for now. But peace never lasts in Sprunki. Phase 1.5. Things got weird today. Clukr looks like he hasn't slept in a century, with red stains under his eyes. Meanwhile, Mr. Sun grew a creepy eye inside his own face. I don't know if they're evolving or just cursed. Either way, the safe feeling from before is gone. Phase 2. Things went from creepy to downright terrifying. Clukr looks like a statue bleeding from the eyes, and he won't stop glaring. Mr. Sun? His smile is completely gone. It's just a giant black eye staring into me. They're not standing side by side anymore. They're facing off. I think the world just lost its guardians. Phase 2.5. It's official. This is a nightmare. Clukr looks like someone ripped his face apart, and he's still standing. Mr. Sun? He's no sun anymore, more like a burning god with too many eyes. They're charging at each other now, shaking the ground. If this is only Phase 2.5, I don't want to see what comes next. Phase 3. I swear, this looks like the end of everything. Clukr is screeching with eyes popping out, and I'm not sure how he's still alive. Mr. Sun has become a black hole with an eye stuck in the middle. They hit each other so hard the ground split open. If anyone survives this, it won't be by luck. Phase 3.5. This is getting worse by the second. Clukr looks like his body is falling apart, blood everywhere. Mr. Sun is just gone. All that's left is this huge living shadow staring back. They're still fighting, but it's not clean anymore, it's survival. And honestly, I don't think either of them can win. Phase 4. I don't even recognize them anymore. Clukr looks like he's screaming without stopping, eyes bulging like they'll burst. Mr. Sun is just this black star with a terrifying slit eye at the center. Every hit they throw feels like the end of the world. If this keeps going, there won't be a world left to save. Phase 4.5. I can't believe what I'm seeing. Clukr has turned into one giant red eyeball, and it's staring at everything at once. Mr. Sun? He's worse, just a giant black eye in the sky, blinking like the end of the world. They hit each other so hard, the land itself looks wounded. At this point, survival isn't even an option anymore. Phase 5. Everything is broken now. Mr. Sun floats as a giant red orb covered in eyes, like the universe is staring back at us. Clukr has claws and a bleeding eye ripping through the world like paper. Every sound is screams, every light is burning. I don't think there's anything left to save. Phase 6. I didn't think it could get worse, but it did. Mr. Sun is now just a red eye, throbbing like a heart in the sky. Clukr's body is gone, replaced with a bleeding eyeball barely holding together. Every hit sends shockwaves through the land. We're not witnessing a fight anymore. It's the end of everything. Phase 7. I can't believe what they've become. Mr. Sun is basically an eyeball with teeth, chewing through reality itself. Clukr's body is stretched thin, his eye dripping while spikes pierce the air above him. When they collide, everything shakes like it's going to collapse. I think even the sky is afraid of them now. Phase 8. I can't breathe watching this. Mr. Sun is a giant bleeding eye now, leaking shadows everywhere. Clukr looks like some machine of horror with glowing discs circling him. When they clash, the world splits apart in rings of fire and blood. If anyone's left alive after this, they won't even recognize reality. Phase 9. I can't even call them Clukr and Mr. Sun anymore. Clukr is just a monstrous altar with an eye that won't close. Mr. Sun is a dark sphere, its red pupil cutting through everything. They're no longer fighting for ground, they're ripping apart reality. If this keeps going, there won't be a universe left to hold them. Phase 9.5. I thought it was over, but it just keeps getting worse. Mr. Sun isn't even a star anymore, just a giant black ball with a red glow staring down. Clukr's body is falling apart, blood pouring from his mouth as his eye glares above it. They don't just hit each other now, space itself splits around them. I don't know if anyone could survive just looking at them. Phase 10. I don't think there's a word for what they've become. Clukr looks like a bleeding saw blade with one giant eye at the center. Mr. Sun has teeth now, actual teeth, wrapped around a glowing eye. Every hit they trade sends blood and fire raining from the sky. I can't tell if they're fighting or just tearing the universe apart out of spite. Phase 11. I don't think I'm even looking at Clukr and Mr. Sun anymore. Clukr is a spinning nightmare with a giant saw around his eye. Mr. Sun has become a black star with a hollow gaze. Every move they make tears the ground open like paper. It feels like the end has already happened. We're just watching the pieces fall. Phase 12. I think this is it. Mr. Sun has become a black disc with glowing red eyes. More void than star. Clukr looks like a screaming corpse, his eyes bulging out of his broken face. When they fight now, things don't just break, they disappear. If there's another phase after this, I don't want to see it. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 1 are best friends. They first saw each other at sunrise when the forest was still asleep and the light barely crept through the mist. Since then, they've shared a love for watching life unfold. One sees from above, the other listens from below. Their favorite pastime is recording the diary of nature, shadows of birds, whispers of wind, footsteps fading in the grass. No one can read that diary. It's written by time in rings and sunbeams. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 1.5 feel something is terribly wrong. They can't laugh like before, and even the wind avoids them. Black's curse made the light dim, and the roots tremble. Mr. Sun begins to crack, and Mr. Tree's leaves whisper secrets in a language no one understands. Their friendship holds, but something dark creeps beneath it. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 2 are trapped in a new, eerie purpose. Mr. Tree became dull and silent, his trunk now used to carry cryptic warnings. He no longer speaks, only stands still, listening. Mr. Sun's glowing face turned into a dark surveillance eye, always open. Every shadow they cast now whispers secrets to the one who cursed them. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 2.5 are twisted reflections of who they once were. The bite on Mr. Tree's trunk spread like rot, turning his bark dark and brittle. His once green leaves are gone, replaced by a crimson crown that pulses like a wound. Mr. Sun's form melted into a spider-like shape, with spindly rays and unblinking eyes staring from all sides. Together, they no longer warm the land, they haunt it. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 3 are victims of Black's dark experiment. Mr. Tree looks as if something chewed him from the inside. He whispers words no one can understand. Mr. Sun is now a black sphere with a hypnotic eye that creates illusions. He hovers over the forest, and Mr. Tree hides from his stare as if it were a curse. Together, they carry out Black's will, yet still remember the music of their past. Mr. Tree looks shocked, as if he just realized something terrifying. His cartoonish face contrasts with the dark atmosphere around him. Mr. Sun is now a nearly black mass, barely distinguishable from the darkness. His silent transformation makes him even more menacing. The tension between them is growing, but the battle hasn't started yet. In Phase 4, Mr. Sun became a black star, silent and cold, pulsing with shadows instead of light. His missing eye left a scar on the sky, and he now sees through everything with no gaze. Mr. Tree has embraced the darkness, his mouth full of jagged teeth stretching wide with grim intent. Together, they guard the forbidden zones of Sprunki, where the old sun once shone. No one who enters leaves untouched. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 4.5 are just fragments of who they once were. Tree is bare, with a dead gaze and a missing eye mutilated along with his memories. Sun has turned into a giant gray eye with lashes, having lost his form and voice but keeping his sight. They no longer play or laugh, now they hide and listen to every sound. Their goal is to track Black down and learn why he turned them into this. Mr. Tree is no longer afraid he's watching. With his one remaining eye and grinning jaws, he silently guards the forest floor. Mr. Sun turned into a monstrous sphere of blood-red light, with eyes growing from each black spike. The main eye no longer blinks, it judges. Now, both of them stand still, waiting for the return of something ancient. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun, in Phase 5.5, are locked in an endless duel. Tree's hollow eye glows from the center of his wooden body, while his jaws clench with fury. The Sun's red, cracked eye sends out beams that scorch and blind. They once created harmony, now they destroy everything in their path. Both are desperate to become the ruler of the Forgotten Lands. Mr. Tree evolved into a brutal predator, with bloody fangs and a glaring red eye that never blinks. He hunts in silence, leaving no trace but fear behind. Mr. Sun has shrunk into a corrupted, burning eye surrounded by dark spikes. He floats silently above, watching everything and preparing a final strike. The war between them has reached its most dangerous stage. The axe, embedded in Mr. Tree's stump, didn't kill him, it gave him purpose. With one glaring red eye and foaming fury, he roams the woods in revenge. Mr. Sun, twisted by the chaos, sprouted sharp fangs like a burning eclipse. Their rivalry is no longer silent, it's a storm of blood and fire. Every step they take leaves a scar on the world. Mr. Tree tries to copy Mr. Sun's appearance, growing spiked branches and a single central eye. His gaping mouth is filled with rage, dripping with crimson sap. Mr. Sun glares with his bloodshot eye, surrounded by dark, twitching spikes. They circle each other like beasts, waiting for one to make a move. The battle for dominance has reached its peak. Mr. Tree, chopped and barely held together, has become a grotesque puppet of wood and pain. His eye, reptilian and unblinking, scans the battlefield for vengeance. Mr. Sun has transformed into a pure symbol of darkness, a floating black orb radiating fear. Despite his minimal form, he glows with cosmic energy. A final showdown seems near, though neither can stand tall anymore. Mr. Sun sharpens his bite and prepares to finish what he started. His jagged mouth opens wider as the black spikes twitch menacingly. The glowing pink eye radiates pure menace. Mr. Tree is recovering slowly, growing small limbs and bearing a single eye. But in this round, there's no doubt Mr. Sun holds the upper hand. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 11 could not be more different. Mr. Tree became a bright red tree with a goofy, almost cartoonish face that breaks any sense of fear. His wide-set eyes and awkward smile make him look lost and harmless. On the other side, Mr. Sun evolved into a spiked gray entity with a single dominating eye full of judgment, while Mr. Tree seems out of place. Mr. Sun looks like he's ready to attack at any moment. Mr. Tree and Mr. Sun in Phase 12. Mr. Tree looks stunned and defeated, his wide eyes staring blankly. His red crown is heavy with fear, and he knows he can't win. Mr. Sun glows with power, his sharp rays and huge eye radiating dominance. The forest now belongs to Mr. Sun, and Mr. Tree must leave. Phase 1, Mr. Sun, is your overly excited kindergarten teacher turned celestial body. His permanent grin is contagious, if not slightly suspicious. He radiates positivity and mild concern for your vitamin D levels. He spins slowly, like he's always looking for someone to hug or vaporize. Nobody knows if he's here to help or just really likes being seen. Phase 1.5, Mr. Sun looks like he saw the group chat and didn't like what he read. His cheerful face has morphed into an unsettling profile locked inside an eyeball. He's watching, not shining. The sky's still bright, but emotionally it's very cloudy. You thought he was your friend, now he's a celestial auditor. Phase 2, Mr. Sun has fully evolved into Big Brother, but make it cosmic. The eye stares without blinking, without mercy, without weekends. No one's sure if it sees into your soul or just your browser history. The smile is gone, but the power? Oh, it's very much there. Phase 2.5, Mr. Sun has stopped pretending to be cute. Now he's a wriggling red horror with 3 blazing eyes and the energy of a forgotten ancient god. He doesn't rotate, he pulses. You think he's staring into your soul, but really, he's just buffering ominously. Sunburn? You wish that's all you got. Phase 3, Mr. Sun, is what happens when the sun has seen too much and decided to stop shining altogether. That eye doesn't move, it just exists, like an accusation written in shadow. The blackness around him absorbs light, joy, and possibly your last good memory. Is this even still a phase, or is this just him now? Phase 3.5, Mr. Sun has fully transcended visuals, now he's just implied. His shape barely remains, like a smudge on the fabric of reality. You try to focus, but your brain politely refuses. He doesn't shine, he waits. Phase 4, Mr. Sun, is like a sacred symbol drawn by a being with no hands. The eye doesn't watch, it perceives. It's the kind of shape you forget, then dream about, then fear. He doesn't glow anymore, he resonates, and his resonance feels personal. Phase 4.5, Mr. Sun, is a perfect circle of dread, drawn with unholy geometry. His stare doesn't judge, it defines. Looking at him is like realizing the moon has teeth. There is no warmth, no fire, no life, only awareness. If this is still a sun, it's the last thing you'll ever orbit. Phase 5, Mr. Sun, is the final audit of your existence. There are too many eyes, and not a single blink among them. The central orb is no longer a sun, it's a judgment. You don't just feel watched, you feel measured. And the numbers don't look good. Phase 5.5, Mr. Sun is burning from the inside, not with fire, but with data, secrets, and old promises. His shell is cracked, flaking like the surface of a dead star. The pupil remains, large and dilated, like it just saw the end of everything and decided to keep going. There's no light left, only raw perception. Phase 6. Mr. Sun is a monument not built, but born. His form is stable now, eye-wide and absolute. The redness no longer chaotic, but ritualistic. He doesn't react, doesn't blink, doesn't move. But still, you feel watched. And for the first time, you're okay with that. Phase 7. Mr. Sun has evolved past perception, now he consumes. His form is unstable, the sclera jagged like a maw, and the iris glows like molten warning. He doesn't see you, he registers you as nutritional data. His gaze isn't threatening, it's digestive. Phase 8. Mr. Sun is the eye that weeps rot. The red is no longer color, it's a warning sign etched into the sky. His gaze doesn't burn, it infects. Each blink poisons a little more reality. This isn't the end of Mr. Sun, this is the end of looking away. Phase 9. Mr. Sun is no longer watching, he is deciding. The serpent-like eye doesn't react, it chooses. Around him, darkness sharpens into reason. There is no light, no heat, no hunger, only verdict. Phase 10. Mr. Sun is no longer a phase, he's a curse carved into darkness. His pink gaze is soft, almost gentle, but surrounded by teeth sharpened by silence. The black points rot at the edges, as if the universe itself is trying to forget him. He doesn't hunger, doesn't burn, he just remains. Phase 11. Mr. Sun is the fossil of attention. His eye is now an echo, a smooth void surrounded by the suggestion of sight. The spikes are dull, as if they too forgot why they were sharp. He's not watching anymore. He's forgotten how. Phase 12. Mr. Sun is not darkness, he's the absence of asking. The red halo is still. The eye is closed yet outlined, as if someone once remembered what it meant to see. He is not asleep. He is not dead. He is conceptually complete. Phase 13. Mr. Sun is the echo of a collapse. The eye hangs low, leaking ink like strands of ancient starlight. It sees, but doesn't understand. It walks, but has nowhere to go. This is not surveillance, this is afterglow grief. Phase 14. Mr. Sun is a cosmic UI glitch. One eye floats outside the body, scanning without context, radiating static instead of heat. The stars around him aren't stars, they're errors, leftover pixels of an overwritten god. He doesn't look anymore. He debugs. Phase 15. Mr. Sun is the error that fought back. His form is fractured, jagged, and screaming a violent punctuation at the end of a dead process. The red eye tries to aim, but it sees too much. His mouth never closes. He is not rebooting. He is infecting. We've dropped some awesome new videos on our other channel, go check them out. Links below.